Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
The question for this conversation is...
Mysterious.
What do you think this would mean? They're saying the biggest abuse that people are kind of dealing with right now is financial abuse.
Financial abuse.
That's what they're calling it.
I feel like we put everything's abuse nowadays. It feels like. I feel like that's wow. Why can't it be financial struggles, financial hardships?
Because people that's different. Because it's different. People arguments or struggles or not having enough money. They're saying abuse. What do you think that would mean? If it's going from just a struggle to an abuse, what would that mean?
That you are being vindictive about something. Maybe you control the power of the money and you're treating another person like indentured servant. That you only get to have money when I allow you to have money.
Yes.
Maybe that?
Yeah.
That's abusive, maybe?
Exactly. What else do you think? What else? Yeah, this is what a lot of people are dealing with.
Maybe you're taking your dollar bills and you're slapping the other person with the dollar bills. You're abusing with that?
No.
I feel like we slapped that
doing
word.
1,000 paper cuts with
1,000 paper cuts.
with the dollar
Japanese
bill.
style. I feel like we use that word abuse so liberally.
I know.
It's crazy.
So let's talk about this, and maybe we can ask you what you would call it and what your term would be at the end.
Okay, explain to me, what is financial abuse nowadays?
So, okay, let's say someone maybe has control issues, okay? So they are definitely controlling things and acting like going to work means you get more say in the family decisions.
Okay, yeah, more say in the family decisions.
So you go to work, since you make the money, I get to decide how all of this is spent. Maybe I don't know numbers, I don't know passwords, I don't even know how much there is. You make the money and you're paying the bills, okay? And then it's like, but I get to say how this is spent. So
but you're saying how it's spent and I make?
No, you're making the money.
I know, you're using I and you.
You're making the money.
Back and forth. Okay,
the man.
So in this scenario, the man makes the money, and the man makes all the decision where the money goes.
And that's most scenarios,
okay, that's what you're saying. Okay, gotcha.
So you make the money,
I'm with you.
You pay the bills. Now it's like, but I want to spend the money this and this way. So when I come to you and I'm
and
like...
it's me or you.
Yeah, can I go get a massage?
Yes.
No. They're saying no. So they're probably controlling how the money is spent.
Okay, let's rephrase this a little better so the guys on this channel can understand guy speak versus girl speak, because that was confusing. You're saying that in today's world, a guy makes money, the guy comes home, I made the money, I get to decide where that money is spent and where it goes. And then the wife comes up and says, hey, can I get a massage? And then the guy is like, let me think about that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know this is a little confusing to you, because maybe we should tell people that this is completely opposite in our relationship. So maybe you need to say that. So this is going to be a little weird in your head because our relationship is totally different. So maybe explain to them how we do it.
Yeah. So when I was raised, my daddy always taught us that you make the money, you come home, and your wife spends it how she needs to spend it. He trusted our mama enough that she had full control over the money. My dad didn't even know how much money he had in the account. He didn't even know what a credit card was. But
backstory and history, your dad was Samoan straight from Samoa. Didn't know how the systems work, accounts work, banks work, bill pay, auto pay. Like, he didn't know how to do any of that stuff.
My mama did.
Right. So this is why that relationship came about that way.
And then I was raised thinking that's how the world works.
He thought that was normal for everyone. This is just how it works for everyone.
So I was like, I was working, paying my bills, doing my stuff financially. And then when I got married, I was like, here you go.
So it got handed to me.
You can take care of all of it.
Yeah, and I'll do all the fixing. And good thing, I like numbers. I like paying all this stuff. But in our relationship, he makes the money, but I pay all the bills. I know where the money is. I know how much is there. Investment wise, I pay the bills every month. Like,
and I take a peek or two at the total account and see how much you got.
I've been trying to rope you in because
is there neck abuse and financial abuse as well?
I would so love for you to. I would love to hand this back to you after 20 years. Please, I just want to be the wife princess. I just don't want to know anything. I want you to do all of it.
You're so smart. You're wonderful. But I thought that's how the world works, and I was so lucky to marry you because you actually are financially sound. You're not, if I could have married a lady that was just gonna like blow it all on random fancy stuff to make the house pretty, and then I could have been broke and not even know it. And we would be homeless.
Ring up credit cards.
Yeah, I have crazy debt. So I'm so grateful, and I'm lucky that I found you, that you knew what you were doing, because we could have been in a heap of trouble.
Yeah. Phew.
Heaps.
Okay, so having this conversation, I want it needs to be the normal route, which is The guy makes the money, the guy pays.
I know
the
a lot of
bills.
guys like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they make the money and they handle all finances, and their wives have no clue
Because how
much money they have in their account.
Is not normal.
Where they're about to go bankrupt or they're living large, they have no idea.
Yeah.
They just know a little bit that their husband gives them. This little window of.
So let's talk about how it would translate into financial abuse on that side.
Yeah.
So yeah, luckily this is not our situation. This is not me, but I hear this from a lot of women. So this conversation and things that are said are coming from a lot of things that I've experienced personally or that I've heard personally. But it's definitely not us. Like, I've never felt financial abuse from you. You've never tried to control it or question anything that I buy.
If anyone could abuse us financially, you had the power to do that. So thankfully, am I financially abused?
Am I? Wait, maybe
I should analyze.
Good. After this conversation, let's see.
Yeah.
So funny. Okay, so now that we've got that preface out of the way, yes, in these scenarios, you're making the money. Okay, so now this is someone who is definitely, I'm having to come to you and beg for anything.
Yeah.
Can I go do this? Can I have money for this? Can I have money for this?
Okay.
And you're deciding.
Am I charitable today?
How are you feeling?
Do I feel benevolent? Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Or then maybe you're even making me feel guilty for asking. That's happening too.
Okay, if that's already a horrible scenario. I agree.
Why is that a horrible scenario? And why would that be considered abuse?
Bro, if I gotta explain to anyone in the audience watching right now why that is bad.
I'm sorry, but they're saying that this is way common.
Man.
This is way common.
First, I think the first question you need to ask is, would I like to be in that scenario myself?
Okay.
Would I like to be in a scenario where I'm having to tiptoe and debate and like game plan how I asked my spouse?
How do I say this? How do I word it?
I really want a new pair of shoes because my shoes have holes in it, but how do I get to, like, no one wants to be in that scenario.
Yeah.
So that should be your number one evidence or
that there's a problem here.
Clarity that there's a problem.
Okay.
I can't find that word, but this should be number one clue.
Okay.
That the other person's in the wrong and you're not in a good sort of situation. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
No one wants to be in a situation where you're begging or you're feeling fearful, guilty to hopefully buy something that you think is important. It's either for yourself or for your family.
The other thing happening is like they're pulling up statements and they're questioning out like, why'd you buy a coffee for $6 or whatever, but not anything about what you've spent and how you're spending the money on yourself, but like calling her out on everything she's spending the money on for her.
Yeah, the husband can buy anything liberally and the wife is very monitored and restricted.
Very monitored and restricted, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's tough. No, that's really tough. And I can understand the man's point of view. Like, the guy thinks, hey, I made the money and I'm trying to keep us from going homeless, so I gotta track everything, and obviously that's a slippery slope because in his mind I made it, and I think this burger, make a double cheeseburger instead of single cheeseburger is valid because I made it and it's okay because I know there's enough room for that. But he's not accounting for what the wife spends. He's like, oh, you bought a coffee, I wasn't counting for that, so now it puts pressure on me, and I was only accounting for my splurging, but now you trying to splurge, like that's not good either. But
so we need to talk about solutions with
communication.
That, right?
It sounds like those two aren't communicating.
Yeah.
Those two aren't saying, hey, I see you're buying some burgers. I too would like to buy some burgers. How many burgers can I buy a month?
Yeah.
And that should be.
And it's kind of an allotment. I feel like, so my opinion is really that the spouse that is not making the money really needs to have kind of a monthly allowance. Like, here, maybe it's just, here's $100 I put over in this account for her, and then he doesn't have to worry about it or stress like that. The coffee, whatever that he didn't allot for, is like paid for.
Yeah.
And if she wants to save it up to go do something bigger, great. Yeah. But like, I think having the own money is a big thing. But one of the other things that's happening is he's calling it my money instead of our money.
Yeah, that guy he already has issues. That guy has control issues. He has self-esteem issues. There's a whole lot of
he's making
problems with that guy.
Where is it coming from?
That term, that phrase, my money, it's my money. So he's already an insecure man to begin with, and I feel sorry for you for marrying that guy. But that's some issues there that you're battling, not just the finances, you're battling a small man.
But some people would say even this guy giving her an allowance every month is also considered the financial abuse. Like, you're not allowing her full access to all of it.
I don't like the word allowance. I think
that's
it should be.
Words.
It should be. Again,
here's a budget. Like, here's how much is
Yes,
Yeah.
it goes back to communication.
It goes back to
all right,
budgeting,
if the wife really wants to know what's going on, all right, I have to be man enough and secure enough to be like, okay, this is how much we are making a month, you know, so this is how much comes in every month. These are our bills. Are we on track? Okay, this is how much we have as a buffer, like extra money. How much do we want to say?
You know, I'm cracking up. I'm seeing the meme in my head, and it's the wife saying, my husband wants to have a budget talk, and I told him after I'm done mopping the floors, and she's dipping a little paintbrush inside of it, and she's like mopping the floor like this. Those are the conversations I hate.
That's because in that situation, that wife's already going crazy.
She's going crazy.
She obviously, she's splurging.
I told him after I'm done mopping the floors.
She's splurging. That's the husband pleading, like, please calm down. Like, he's trying to bring her back to reality.
I wish this was my life.
Girl, you got your life. Like,
I'm just kidding.
What kind of trip are you going on?
I'm just kidding.
Tell him.
I'm totally
pampering,
joking.
massaging, and
I'm
all
totally
you get.
Joking.
Anything she wants, she gets.
Okay, what about this?
That is your life.
What about
friend.
this problem?
Hold on. Let me say.
Oh, sorry.
So back to communication. You need to have good communication. And if you have good communication, breaking on the budget, breaking how much we got. Now we have maybe $500 left over. Do you want to say maybe $100 for you, $100 for me?
Yeah.
And let's make it we both agree with it. It's balanced.
Yeah.
Now you can use as much as that $100 you want and whatever you want that month, and so can I. And like you said, I think I love the idea. You can save it. Maybe it's $1,000. Now I can buy myself a laptop or buy myself a nice pair of shoes. Yeah. Whatever the case may be. But that communication is key. And it sounds like in these scenarios that you're giving me, they're not communicating. The guy's just holding it all like this because maybe he needs some power. Maybe he needs some feeling that he's in control. And why did you get married in the first place? I don't know. Because you're losing the game already.
Another issue comes in play. So how would you handle this one? So now I am making my own money. Let's say I'm making my own money in my but it's chunk change. This isn't like I can afford to pay half the mortgage or whatever. Okay, we're talking chunk change.
So I'm making $5,000 a month. You're making $500 a month. That's what you're saying?
Maybe even 200, whatever.
Okay.
So does that money need to go towards the pot, or does that money stay for me?
So me as your husband right now, of course, that's your money. I'm super pumped for you. I'm cheering you on. I'm saying, you got this. Look at you. You're doing everything around the house. You're taking care of our kids. You're getting our kids to school. They're raising them as young, amazing young kids.
And if I have extra time on top of that, and you're also bringing in money,
dude, cheer you on all the way. I'm your biggest fan. Every single penny you earn, you should be able to have fun with that money. That's hard work, and that's me. Now,
that's weird. That's really hard for these guys to get past because they're like, but I'm doing the same thing, and I'm like having to pay for you.
Again,
I know.
I'm sorry, you're married to a small man. You're married to a guy that has some emotional issues and some self-worth issues and self-respect issues, and is manifesting itself in this weird control of their money. So I think that's what's happening. But I also think there's scenarios where the wife is very not financial savvy.
Yeah.
Financially savvy.
There are
things. Like, why can't I buy this $5,000 purse?
Just ringing it up and up and up and don't understand the credit cards. I know, right?
That's a different scenario.
No, it's true.
And that I understand in that scenario.
I need to come in and put boundaries on
I got it. Yeah, we got back to communication.
Boundaries.
Wait, hold up. Buying that $15,000 purse is going to make us not have our mortgage payment. We're going to lose this house.
Right.
That has to happen.
Right.
And if she's still going, I don't care. And then I'm sorry, buddy, you married a selfish wife.
Exactly.
You married a tough wife to live with, so that was a wrong move. So I think that's, again, it can go either way. I think you have some ladies that are just going to spend everything. I don't even care. And if I spend all our money, make some more. And I've heard that conversations where the wife was like, make some more money. I just heard that conversation yesterday. So the wife was trying to spend all the money, and he was like, dude, we don't have enough for that. She's like, well, you're the man. Go work and get some more. And he's like,
And that sucks. I would say that's financial abuse. Wouldn't you say that? It's like, that could be considered financial abuse, but the other route. Like, it's a problem, and it is a problem on both sides. Like, what is healthy? What is a healthy way to understand money, and what is a not healthy way, basically?
I think, again, I mean, we would go about communicating between each other. And you gotta love yourself. You gotta be someone that.
But don't you think roping her in, saying, "Look, here is our budget.
You have to.
You're a team. You're a team.
You got married.
Saying, here is what has to be paid for to keep food, clothes, shelter, bills paid, and keep us running. This is what it costs, right? And here's how much we have left over.
I just don't agree.
Rope her in.
I don't agree with the guys that are I want to get married,
everything to themselves.
and I don't want to be a team on everything. stupid.
Yeah.
I feel like, dude, what are you doing?
That's probably
like,
setting up for failure.
Get a grip.
Already.
Yeah. Like, why did you even get married? Don't get married. Be single. Go date. Go do that stuff and have control, iron grip over your finances. Because that's not what marriage is.
Yeah.
I feel like you lost it right when you said I do.
Yeah.
Dang. No. I don't agree
So
with that
now
at all.
what about, there's these other scenarios where the wife, they want her to go get a job. They're like, you're not making anything. I'm making everything. So they're
So the wife wants the husband to get a job?
No, the husband, the
Oh,
provider, wants her
Okay.
to go get a job. You're not doing anything. You're just at home. You're raising kids. So this is the crazy part, because now there's a bunch of like information out there. It's like how much actually a housewife saves you in, like, does she cook? Does she clean? Raising kids, being a nanny, a driver, all this stuff.
So you're saying if you were to hire out for all those
if you're
jobs,
to hire
what would
out
that
for all
cost look
those
like?
jobs, basically, let's say what my salary is. Let's go through and say, this is how much my salary is that I'm basically saving us, or this is my job, right? And
what are those
think,
numbers?
So low numbers are about 85K. High, I've seen like 230. So it depends on probably the couple's lifestyle, and like, is there a lot of, the Uber driving, or is she really cooking, meals every night, or doing the grocery shopping,
Changing
or
diapers.
the nannying, the diapers, like how young are their
Doing
kids,
laundry,
right? How
cleaning the
young are the
house.
kids, and like how many are in the house? A cook, a clean teacher. So like hiring a cleaner to come clean your house every month. If you did every week.
So 80,000 is the low. What's the high?
Laundry. 230. I've seen it go
If
to
you're in New York?
230. Yeah, and I think it's
Living in
also
San Francisco?
and I think it's also depending on where you live, of what your prices are, right?
Yeah.
Because if I hired a nanny, I mean, nannies, they're a lot of money.
Yeah. You were a nanny.
I was a nanny. It's
How much
like
were you getting paid?
I was getting paid really low, $6 an hour.
But what was your pay a month though? You're working all hours around the
it was
clock.
like,
so what was
it
it?
was like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I was getting like $300 a week in cash. But then stay was paid for, food is paid
Yeah.
for,
So that was also accounted
unless
for.
it's on my own, which is accounted for, exactly.
Okay.
So in cash wise, it's different. But at this point, you're like, yeah, this is what you're adding up. So it sucks. They're like, well, I want you to go get a job on top of this.
On top of all that. No, that's not fair. That's, yeah. I mean, when you put it in that perspective, how much the wife is doing, how much that would have cost for a guy to have all that paid for, it kind of makes you pause.
Because if I left, let's say we got a divorce, I left, we get a divorce, now you need to pay for all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
When the kids come over, I got to pay for a nanny. I'm gone.
Or a
I'm
cleaner,
traveling,
exactly.
yeah.
You're still cooking or whatever.
I can clean on my own. I can cook
cook?
on my own.
Yeah.
Oh,
Laundry.
actually, I don't have to hire nobody.
Laundry, oh, you'd be just fine without me.
I'm built. I'm built to be able to take
just
care of the
fine
house.
without me.
I had a good mama. Taught me well. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm saying.
So that's a problem.
Yes.
They're like, okay, so really this needs to come into account. If you're seriously having these money issues in your head and like needing to straighten this out, you really need to get clear on how much it's actually saving you to have your wife stay at home and not have a job.
Yeah.
Right?
I think also men are just clueless on what's going on around the house when you're gone. We kind of had a conversation like, you're out working, you're providing for the family, and it's an easy way to think about and selfishly like, oh man, I went to work, I did all the hardest work in our relationship. It's me, because look, I got paid for it, and it's grueling. I got bosses get mad at me. I'm trying to make deadlines. I'm working my butt off, and so when I get home, it's easy to fall into the trap to be like,
You're doing nothing. You're just home all day.
I did 100% of keeping us afloat and alive, and you just did the little dilly-dallying around the house and playing with kids, which is it's a ridiculous way to think.
Do you know that being a house manager is actually a job now?
Oh, yeah, you said that.
You can go be hired as a
idea.
house manager. I'm like, that's legit.
Making sure the groceries are
everything's filled up.
on time.
Everything's there. Like your toothpaste gets empty and you're gone. You throw it away. Guess what? New one appears the next day. It's
They're already
like,
planned for it.
yeah, they're like a house manager, and you get paid like an hourly salary with that. I'm like, this is a legit job.
I bet you she's going to hire a house manager in the future. Yeah.
No, that's not where I'd put my money first. But
yeah.
isn't that interesting? So even just like keeping a house running.
Yeah, I think husbands just have to realize the wife does so much, and not only that, there's so much going on from the day you get up until the day you put your head back on the pillow. It goes unspoken of. It's unsung heroes. You got so much going on. They might get
nights and weekends off, but you're like, dude, my job, if we're calling this a job, it's like, it's on 24/7. There is no breaks. There's no breaks. There is no, I don't get weekends off or have to go, I have to go back to work. It's Monday. Like, good.
Yeah.
I've been on since day one.
Yeah, but also, so I think first is recognizing how much you do, and then
Yeah.
second is the monotony of it all. That gets so repetitive.
It's so
the same
repetitive.
thing. I think
It
any
is. It's
man,
so mundane, tedious.
any sane
It
human
is.
being would struggle mentally to do the same
It is.
thing
It's day
every
in and
single
day
day,
out.
and nothing changes. At least like at work, you know, you
Yeah.
got different projects. You're working on different things. This is falling apart. This is the fire. I put that out. This is the new win over here. You
Yeah.
know, so many different dynamics to it. But when you step back and look at what the mom's doing, like, dude, that's mind numbing. And you know me, I don't like stuff that's like consistently the same little thing
Yeah.
over and
It
over
is. It's
and
so
over again.
monotonous. Like,
Yeah.
that's rough.
But we did kind of talk about last time. I don't know if we want to talk about it here, but when I come home, sometimes your wife has chores for you on top of going to work, which is pretty tough to swallow that pill.
We've had this conversation a lot. Yeah, we do. Should we go there? Because the other thing I wanted to bring
Might be
up
something
was
different. We can talk about that different. Let's talk about the financials here.
well, because okay, so now the other scenario is, let's say I do have a corporate job. Like I have a job and you have a job. We both have major jobs because
Okay.
we have to in order to pay bills,
Survive,
okay,
yeah.
and survive. So now, where does the housework go? Shouldn't the housework and watching kids or whatever needs to be house manager, all this stuff, be divided equally between us? Like
Yes.
I'm paying for the car bills, or I'm paying for the car, you're paying for the gas. Like we've decided, here's how we divide this up, right?
Wait. You're saying we both have career jobs,
Yes.
and now we've divided the bills. You pay
Yes.
this bill, I pay this bill.
Yes, some people do this. Like
that's already a mess
you
already.
pay for the mortgage,
That's a
I
mess.
pay for the utilities,
No.
you pay for your car, or whatever. You pay for your car and gas, I pay for my car and gas.
What? No, that's
Now, listen, some people are like, when they go on a family trip or go out to dinner with the family, guess whose car he wants to take?
yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, because I'm
That
gonna
I'm
spend your
paying
money.
for my gas.
It-
Exactly. This actually happens.
I
This is
know.
real.
I keep saying we're stupid, but geez Louise,
I
why?
know.
Again, why did you get married? Like you're a team. You gotta be
Yeah.
together as one, right?
Partner, yeah.
Then what are you doing splitting things up and acting like you're two separate teams
So how do
fighting
you
each
feel like
other?
that scenario should go? If I
Yeah.
have a corporate job, I'm not just making chunk change and like,
No, we're both making
here and there.
Yeah,
We have to have a
livable
corporate
income.
job. Yeah.
It goes into the pot.
Goes in
And then we
everything's
agree
pot.
these are the things we
Here's
have
all the
to
bills.
pay for first. It comes out of the pot.
And now here's your money.
And then no, if you want, have our little balances.
Yeah,
you know,
little
you call it the allowance, but maybe like our little fund.
Yeah, funds.
Slush.
We call it slush fund.
Slush fund.
We used to do that.
You
Yeah.
have a slush fund, so then
You have a slush fund, I have a
this,
slush
and
fund.
this makes sense. Like
Yeah.
that's how it should be all broken down as a team. I don't know. Tell me another. I mean, I played sports all my life, always on a team, and anytime you got people having different agendas, or this is my part of the game, and you can't score,
Touch
only
it
I
or
can score,
work with-
or you
yeah.
can't pat, only I can pat.
Yeah.
That team will fail miserably. It has to be a collective effort where everyone's on the same page, going towards one goal. If you want to be successful, whoever these guys are doing this, I guarantee they're not athletes. They're not people who play team sports. They're probably were sitting at home playing video games, drinking Kool-Aid, and they marry some lady and they're jacking it all up.
And they're just controlling
No.
it. I know. There's some really crazy instances.
Why is
really
that lady
crazy
marrying
stuff.
that nerdy dude? I got
They get married. Like
No.
you don't know how this person is going to be with financials or money or on any of this stuff. You don't know this stuff up front.
That's why I think you should
That's
live
crazy,
together.
right?
Live together for a minute.
Oh,
a year
boy.
or two. You
So that's
all ever
that's
come
a
out.
separate conversation. I would say, just for advice on here, if you are struggling with like money issues or needing to reframe like what is scarcity mindset or needing to reframe money in your mind, the book The Power of the Subconscious Mind is a great book. Short, fast, easy read. Reprogram your mind on the money.
Yeah.
Because that's a big one, especially for guys. But now, so let's talk about like the house stuff and dividing the house stuff. Yes, our conversation on that one is like homeowner. I feel like that you are a homeowner and there are things that we are responsible for and that we're doing, and it can't all land on me. Like this is a lot. There's
not-
almost too much. Like so.
Yeah.
And I believe in involving the kids and everything and working. What you're making a mess, you need to clean. Like you're alive, you're here, you're eating, you're cooking. Like you need to be involved in what it takes to be alive.
Let's
and
just
run a
talk
house.
about the main thing, the elephant in the room.
What?
Weeding this
Gosh.
freaking yard. Why do we have natural grass and we should have AstroTurf or just cement on everything? Anyways, the weeding. So this is the thing about weeding. So I don't know if it ties in with financial stuff, but we have enough money to pay someone to come weed for us.
Okay, but
And
let's
so
say we
for
didn't.
you, it's
because
important.
this is the problem. Like,
If we didn't, that's a totally different discussion.
Okay.
Then I'm out there weeding.
you're out there weeding.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you'll save stuff like I weeded this, the kids weeded this. This is your part. I worked my butt off so hard to make enough money. We got
Because
there.
if I hired it out, then the kids aren't out there.
I know, but there's a lot of different
And
things.
my thing is for the kids.
Sure, but we have a lot of different chores, a lot of different things
No, we
kids can
don't.
do.
That's the thing. I don't think the kids do near enough work these days. Not near enough.
Our kids do more than normal. I mean, they're always
More than
they're
maybe
cleaning bathrooms,
what
they're
normal
washing
is.
dishes.
But
I mean,
feel like what we do is bare minimum normal.
or how we were raised.
I think, yeah. So I think
And I was raised poly, so
I think
you're
it's bare minimum normal.
you're basically
and so I
asleep.
think a lot of these kids are how we're raising kids, and it's way under that. I'm like, whoa, we're creating
they are under.
there's going to be some major issues.
I
around
agree.
this.
They're not doing a fraction of what we used to do when we
So
were kids.
when our kids are gone, yes, you will never have to weed again.
So you're saying I'm weeding out there in the hot sun.
also
my back hurts now, my knees hurt.
It's also
For the
fixing
kids.
stuff. This isn't just even the weeding.
is for the
We're
kids.
talking, the dishwasher needs to be cleaned out, maintained. The washer needs to be maintained and
hire
cleaned
out
out.
for
Like
that.
all
Well,
of
not hire out for all that.
You can't hire out for every single job that is a homeowner job. You cannot hire out that.
I think that's a programming thing. You feel like homeowners have to do some blood, sweat, and tears.
No, it's not
to
blood,
be
sweat, and tears. It's that I
qualified as a homeowner.
can't hire someone to come like fill my salt up every month
Well,
or
that's
take my
different.
trash can out.
I'm
or
talking
like,
about cleaning out that refrigerator, cleaning out the
Maintenance
dishwasher. That's just like a normal maintenance deal. Like, hey, come clean my barbecue grill. Those guys who make good money doing that. I don't. This goes into the.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I think there's just work that needs to be done because you're alive, you're living, and you own a house.
Sure do. But you're also working your butt off to make enough money where you can hire all that stuff out and focus on the good stuff in life.
But there are some men. Fine. Let's say A, there is enough money, and B, the husband's like, no, I don't want to hire it out. So then the work is all put on the wife. But you're like, no, if you don't want to hire it out and you don't want to spend your money that you're earning on that, then you need to be out there working.
I agree in
right?
that. Yeah. It's a teamwork. Yeah. If you're not going to pay the money.
That's still a partnership. We either agree together that we're going to pay for it and hire it out, or we are all out there working together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
I agree. I do not agree with them saying, well, you're the wife, you do it. And I just sit home. I sit on the couch drinking and watching sports. That don't work. That don't fly with me either. That's not part of the team.
What about house cleaning? What about vacuuming or being part of like cleaning day or whatever? Do you feel like since I make the money and I'm the provider and I'm going out there having the job, then I shouldn't have to touch or work on the house at all?
That's always
Clean up after dinner, do dishes.
That's always knocking on a man's door. It's like, why am I mopping this ground? And, and I vacuum, I mop, I vacuum, I'm cleaning this bathroom, I'm doing this. Like, I just got home working, and there's no break. There's no break.
There's no break on this side either. Though.
There
like,
isn't.
As a husband, there is
There
no
isn't.
break. So how do you do this?
I know. I'm saying that's just what your selfish thoughts are constantly telling you. Like, oh man, I just did all this stuff, came home, and now I'm just working alongside everyone else. But no one else had to go to work for 32 hours, and straight up. But you did, I guess I'm just saying.
But
these
I did.
are the
But
thoughts.
I'm still doing my job.
Yeah,
Right?
these are the thoughts that come into a man's head. It's like, man, all right.
So how do you work through that? How do you process through that?
I think you just don't be selfish and think of the family. Like, I want to be part of the team.
I chose this, right? I chose to have a family. I chose to get married.
Yeah.
I chose to have kids.
And you guys are all working, and I'm not going to sit there and just say, well, I did my work, you guys do that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm part of the team.
Part of the team
I
again.
put your
Goes back to
shoulder
that team
to shoulder
mentality.
and work together.
Yeah.
So,
Because this is the life I chose. If I didn't want that life, then I would have chose to stay a bachelor, not get married.
do your own thing, yeah.
And then I would have had a
Hire
teeny
a maid.
apartment and I would have just hired everything out,
Yeah.
right?
And that's a different route you can take. But that's not my route.
But you're here.
I wanted a family.
And you already chose this,
yes.
right?
And my
you
family,
already
my
chose
kids are
this.
working, you're working.
And you can't go backwards now.
I ain't trying to go backwards, but yeah, sure.
Well, a
I
lot of
love
them are
where we're
like,
at now.
that's kind of the acceptance. You kind of have to get there in your head of like this ownership. This is
Yeah.
what I chose. And the acceptance, this is where I'm at.
So do it. Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Like,
You chose it, do it.
this is what you chose. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're kind of in it now. Because to undo it is going to be a huge mess and cost you a ton of money. And sure, go backwards, but then what are you doing for your future on that side? And we've kind of talked about that in the other videos, right?
Yeah. No, I do have those thoughts every now and then. I'm not perfect. Like, dang, it would be nice to just go home and just take a nap for 3 hours because I'm tired. All right, let's do this.
You do get your nap.
Well, after our work.
Exactly.
After I do my stuff.
I'm a work
chores.
first, then play and rest.
Yeah.
And you're just, let's rest a little bit, then work. Rest a little bit, then work.
Let's
rest
mix
a little
it up.
bit, then work.
It can be back and forth.
Take breaks all day long. Yeah, that's definitely not me.
Right.
This is crazy.
I think Kaylee, your girl's going, so we gotta
Okay.
finish up here. Are we done? Anything else?
What would you call this? Would you call it financial abuse, or would
No.
you change the term?
I say it's financial lack of communication.
And
Financial
teamwork and partnership.
Yeah. Financial difficulties that can still be walked around. Abuse word should be used for very important, I don't know, like grave things in my mind.
Well,
Or
sometimes,
I need to stand up.
Sometimes they are grave. Sometimes they are, I'm making you totally reliant on me so that you can't also leave. Like you don't know anything and I'm holding everything over you and you can't leave. You can't, that's my car, I paid for it. You can't leave. Or
You going to work? Okay.
Bye, babe.
Love you.
you can't leave because I paid for that car, or you're on my credit card, so now he stops the credit card and blocks it. She has like no access to anything. She can't do anything.
Sure. So if all that's happening is that serious and that grave, then when I hear the word abuse, you gotta stand up and do something. You gotta stand up and stop it. Is what I think that word is associated with.
And
if you're just saying, "Oh, it's abuse," and I'm going to let go, like then I don't know, like dude, I feel like I don't know
if it's
that
really
word
that
is
dire
reserved for
and
something.
it's really that happening, that you need to be
Stand up,
changing
make
something.
it stop.
Yeah.
Do something, call someone, ask for help.
Yeah.
That's what that word means to me. And if you're saying it's that dire, then you got to hurry up and stop it.
A lot of these women, just so you know, they actually don't know that it's not normal. That's all they've known, and so they're like, I didn't know that this wasn't normal, like the way that he has set it up or the way he does it. I didn't know that this was normal until they kind of hear and see different things, and they're like, wait a second, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it takes them a little while to realize that something's
just go
not
on social media. You'll see
quite
everyone
healthy.
telling you that's wrong. I mean, anything, any point of view you want to see, you'll find that on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't that secretive. We ain't closed off like we used to be back in the day. You can connect with all like-minded people or people who are struggling and
quickly.
how they found solutions. You can find that in a click away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't buy that. I mean, sure, they probably. I didn't know that was anything different. Well, you gotta.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone's on social media. That means that person is. You talking about? Are they a pilgrim? Are they a pioneer with no internet connection, sitting there in a hut?
No, just realizing that it wasn't normal.
Raking the land.
Well, I'm glad this isn't me. This is not us, but just wanted to get your opinion on what that meant and what kind of healthy or balanced or normal is.
I'm interested in your friends watching this show or whatever this video is, and then having their husband look at it, and then I think they're gonna strike some chords. I'm calling you out. Like I'm saying, those guys are jacked up. If you got beef with it, come talk with me. Let's talk.
Okay, he's offering free.
Let's talk,
conversations.
Man. Yeah. If you think you're that tough, let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't like anyone.
Well, thanks for never making me feel guilty.
No. You never are. You can have anything you want. You already know that. I told you in the car. She's like, I'm going.
But I'm also not crazy.
Pampering
But
week.
I'm also not
going
crazy.
All the take care of me stuff and whatever the girly stuff is. Like, and I'm like, all right.
Girls trip.
Yeah, you go do it, girl.
He's a yes man.
We work
he says
hard
yes
enough.
to everything. I've tested him sometimes. I've done crazy phone calls and like said something crazy just to see what he would do. I don't think I've ever gotten no from him yet. He's like,
there's always an underlining. I understand our financial situation enough to know there's room for these things.
Yeah.
Because I always take a peek.
He's never freaking out. I do. He is involved. He is still definitely involved, and I'm trying to get him like sitting down and like we're always communicating about this. But I have tested you a couple times.
But I'm excited for you. I mean, I'm genuinely excited for you to be happy, and for you to look forward to something that you like. Because you take care of so many different people all the time. You rarely get any time for yourself. So these calls are very rare. It's not like she's always asking me for this stuff. She's like, hey. You know, this year someone's asked this, do you think I should do it? Like, yeah, go. You should go pamper yourself and take care of yourself. You deserve it. And you always come back so much more happier, re-energized, refilled with zest in life. And you know, it's draining doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm all for it. I'm your number one cheerleader in that.
Yeah, thanks, hon. You are very good that way.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Wasn't always that way.
I had to learn.
But you had to learn. This was probably like 14 years ago. Remember,
Yeah.
I was like, I just need a weekend away. I just wanted to go to a hotel for 2 nights or over a weekend and just rejuvenate. I just want to do all the things that I didn't get to do. Sleep when I want, eat when I want.
And I was like,
Go take
hotel?
my nail stuff,
With
sit
who?
out at the pool.
Who you going to
read a book.
hotel with?
No one, nobody, nothing.
You're like, by
do
yourself.
and do not come and meet me there. No. You're staying and watching the kids.
Hotel by yourself? Who does that? It was
not-
so foreign. I was like, what
So
is
weird.
happening? No wife or, I don't know, mother leaves
And it's
for a
not
couple
like he was
days.
saying, no, I won't let you spend that
No.
money or anything like that.
I
It
just,
wasn't that
why?
controlling. It just like did not comprehend. Did
What'd
not
I do
compute.
wrong?
I don't understand.
What'd I do wrong?
Yeah, what did I do wrong?
What?
Like, why are you leaving?
What?
And I remember the
Why?
one time I was like, look, I don't care if you don't understand this. I'm just doing it and I'm leaving. And then I came back. Remember that was the Scottsdale one? And I came back and I felt freaking amazing. That was so amazing.
Yeah.
And how was it different after that? And I think you realized, oh, this is not
is
as
healthy.
weird. This is not as weird as I thought.
Yeah, because you left like a. You came back, hi, I love you again. Like, oh, I like that. I like the aftermath of this.
I like the aftermath of this. I was all tanned. I got to sit in the sun. I got to be at the pool.
I was afraid for my life before you went.
I got to sleep. Yeah, that was, and then I just started doing that like every 6 months. That was when we were in like the really, really little kid phase. Like we had 3 tiny kids.
Yeah.
It was just.
We didn't have that much money either, too. We
No,
were
we
still
didn't.
like just making
No, we
enough to
didn't.
get
And I was
by.
like, I'm going to snap. Like, I'm going to break. I was like, I have to do this. I don't care if you don't understand it.
I was like, oh, wait, how many? I got $2, $3, $4, $5. Yeah, I was like, dude, how can we afford this? And you say it's important, I'll find a way. I'll find a way to afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you've done it ever since, and we've been doing it for a long time now.
And then we've been doing it ever since. But
And you tell other ladies, and they're trying it, and their husbands are going the
they
same
thought I was
initial
crazy.
reaction.
I know.
The husband's like, what? Where you going? Where? With who? Like, not by myself. By yourself? It's just, it's crazy. It's foreign. So it takes a while to figure it out. But then once you figure out how much it means to you, what you do around the house, and you step into your wife's shoes, you realize.
And seriously, 3 days.
How powerful that
3
is.
days was like, it felt amazing. It felt like you'd had like a week break.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really only a weekend that you need to come back and just feel refreshed and like, okay, we can keep going. We can keep doing this again. It really doesn't take, it's not that long. Not that much, but
All right.
we worked through that.
You did
Thanks,
good.
hon.
Love you,
No
babe.
financial abuse here.
No.